Hi guys, how you doing? It's Ryan here from the PPC Cave. It's just me today. Gene's not here with me, and it's a little bit of different kind of vibe from what you're used to. This is all going to be about how to create a Google Ads search campaign. So I'm kind of going to walk through step by step how to create a Google search campaign to get up and running. And this is going to be perfect for if you're a business owner, if you're an agency side, a freelancer, whatever, and you've never really set up a search campaign before. I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to create a Google Ads search campaign for your business or for your client or for your agency or whatever. So I'm just going to get straight into it. As you can see here, this is a demo account, and basically, this isn't for a client or anything like that. This is just pretty much solely for the PPC Cave, just to kind of go in and show you guys different tricks and tips over the coming episodes and series that we're going to release about how to do different things inside the account. So a bit more hands-on today, which is cool. And if you're listening in on Shopify, I do apologize. You're probably going to have to stop this right now and go and watch the video on YouTube, because this is a YouTube exclusive. So anyway, let me get straight into it. Where I like to start is I like to start on the campaigns section. So I'm inside the account. I was on the overview page, and now I'm in the campaign section. I just think, for me, this is the place where I do a lot of my work anyway. This is probably where I spend 90%, if not 100% of my time inside Google Ads is on the campaigns overview page. So all you're going to want to do is you want to come in here, and this lovely big blue plus button it says create campaign. When you hover over it, you want to click on that and then new campaign. It's going to do its thing. It's going to load up, and then it's going to say, what's your campaign objective? Which, if you choose sales, if you choose leads, website traffic, whatever, it's going to basically limit what you can see. So if I was to choose sales, for example, I can only see certain things. If I continue, I don't really want to, but it should show me only shopping campaigns and things like that, Performance Max. If it's leads, I'm probably only going to go see search campaigns, maybe Performance Max as well. So what I normally do is I go create a campaign without a goals guidance. This is what I normally want to do, and what I'd advise you guys to do as well, because basically, it's not going to limit your possibilities of what you can create. You can kind of, as you'll see, if I click on this, it shows you which campaign type you want to create. So search, Performance Max, display, shopping, video, app, smart, hotel, demand gen. In this sense, because we're going to create a search campaign, this is what we're going to do. So let's go and click on search, and then it's going to tell us what conversion goals we want to optimize for. So I don't have any contact forms set up or any phone calls. I've only got purchases set up. So let's just imagine that this is for an online retailer, a e-commerce business, and they want to run a search campaign. We want to make sure that the primary conversion action that Gene always talks about is going to be purchases. So let's continue with this. And then again, I don't really tend to tick any of these. You can do if you wanted to, I guess, but I don't really tend to. I just kind of do this later. And then campaign name, I really like proper naming conventions. So I will go in, and let's just say this is for a UK client. I'll do something like UK, and then I'll do like a bar like that, and I will say search, and then it'll be like an identifier of the campaign. So it could be a product specific. Off the top of my head, let's just say, let's go with like a clothing business, and let's just do workwear, for example. And then in brackets, I always have the bidding strategy. So, let's just say we'll start with manual CPC. So to me, that's a correct naming convention. And that's how I like to name all my campaigns. And, for you guys, I'd probably say the same thing. I'd suggest the same thing. You want to kind of keep it as the location, the campaign type, what the campaign is, and then the bidding strategy in brackets. And then at a quick glance, whenever you're into in an account, you can basically see top level, okay, it's a search campaign, they're targeting this, and this is the bidding strategy. So let's go and continue with that. And this is going to be what the campaign is. Now, what we know is that we can't anymore choose manual CPC from the bidding strategy section here. When you create a new campaign, it doesn't allow for manual anymore. So we have to choose one of these. So we can just leave it as conversions for now, and we can kind of come back later and make that change. So let's just leave this as conversions and hit next. Now we get into the campaign settings, and this is kind of important. So we don't want to advertise on Google search partners. So we'll untick that. And we don't want to advertise on the display network either. So we'll untick that. We want 100% of the budget to go towards the search results. We don't want to advertise on the search network. We don't want to advertise on the display network, because most of the time they are not very good in terms of conversion rates, right? They don't convert as well as search results because, like I've mentioned in many episodes, with search results, people are taking out their mobile phones. People are going on their laptops and they are actively searching for products and services. So that's why we want to make sure we keep that level of intent and only advertise on the search results page. So you might want to, at a later time, maybe test search network, display network, but I would probably do it in a different campaign. I'd probably set up a search network, display network, or networks campaign, if you like, and test to see if it is more profitable. In my experience, it probably won't be, but I'm a big believer in testing, and if you never try, you'll never know. So, there is that option for you. Locations you want to select as United Kingdom, because obviously we're focusing on the whole of the UK for this campaign. If you are specifically like a local business, you can enter another location. So you could say, I don't know, for example, over here where I am, you could say Nottinghamshire, and then it pops up and you hit target. So there you go. If you're sort of like... if you do business in many different locations, what you can do is click on advanced search, and then gives you a few options. So you could do a radius. So for example, if you wanted to do a radius of 20 miles around Nottingham, for example, where I am, you could do that. And then if you target that, it used to give you a nice target. There it is. Yeah. It gives you a nice circular type of radius of the locations you'll target. So you might say, well, actually, let me try 25 miles. If you're a local business, this is great. So actually, let me just do it there, 25 miles. Hit save. It starts to open it out a little bit more because you're adding an extra 5-mile radius on it. So again, if you're a business owner, a local business, if you're a plumber, an electrician, a tree surgeon, whatever you might be, a chiropractor, for example, this could be a really good way of simply saying, right, I'm happy to serve a 25-mile radius around my business location. So you could do that. And then what you do is hit save, and then as you can see, you've got that set then. You're only going to be advertising to a 25-mile radius around your business location. The other thing you can do is, let's say you do advertise in other locations as well, you can add locations in bulk. So you tick on this box, and then you say things like Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire. Oh, let's do Lincolnshire. I should really say Lincolnshire. That's how we say it here in the UK. Lincolnshire. I'm saying Lincolnshire, which is very American. Thanks, Gene. Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire, Lincolnshire, and let's do one more, Leicestershire. If you can spell it, Leicestershire. Cool. And then all you need to do is hit search, and then it'll show you all the locations that have been matched from what you entered there. And you can target all and then hit save. And as you can see, it shows you the places that you're targeting now. Hit save, and you're good to go. So that's another option if you're a local business, for example, or you only serve certain parts of the US or the UK or whatever country you're in. That's a really good way of kind of segmenting the locations a little bit more. So rather than just target the whole of the UK, you're actually saying, right, actually, no, we only target, say, 4 locations, basically East Midlands. And I'm just using that as an example because that's where I'm from. But let me just check. I've not missed anything. Radius we went through. Add locations in bulk we went through. You can also restrict. So let's just say, we went with Chesterfield, which again is another place near me. We hit search, and you can exclude that location, and it's going to be red. So that means that when you hit save, you're going to advertise to the whole of the UK. We just put in here United Kingdom, hit search. I'll target that. So we're going to target everywhere in the UK except for Chesterfield, which is a location near me, and then hit save, and you'll see that kind of pop up. So targeted locations, the UK, excluded locations, Chesterfield. Again, that could vary depending on where you are. If you want to do it in the US, you might not want to advertise in Texas, for example. It really comes down to you. I know a lot of clients that I've had in the past want to exclude places like I think it was Alaska, maybe, or there's a few countries like, I think is it Puerto Rico? Is it Alaska? There's a few like places like that in the US that people always say they want to kind of exclude. So yeah, let's get rid of that. And let's just do the UK. And then what we want to do here, this is crucial. This is where you can easily waste a lot of your ad budget if you're not careful. So make sure if you're setting up a search campaign on Google Ads, that you click on this location options button. You have to. I'm not telling you, I'm telling you right now, you have to click on this. The amount of audits that I have done for people, and I see the setting set to presence or interest, it's so bad. So let me talk around this a little bit. Presence or interest, people regularly in, or who have shown an interest in your targeted locations. So what that means is, let's say I'm in the UK, or for example, let me say I'm in the US, and I've been looking for holidays in the UK. So Gene's been doing a search. He's in the US, he's in Denver. He's thinking about coming to visit me in the UK. Great. He's been looking at places and things like that. So that's fine. Now, if he starts to look for any of the keywords we're going to be bidding on, our ads are then eligible to show to Gene in the US because he's already shown an interest. He's already shown an interest in our targeted location of the UK. So our ads are eligible to show to Gene in the US because he's already shown an interest in the UK. So we don't want that. Absolutely not. And that's where you can start to spend money outside of your targeted locations, right? So we only want to make sure we have presence, people in or regularly in your targeted locations. This ensures that we're only advertising to people in the UK and nobody else. So if Gene's still thinking about coming to visit me on holiday here in the UK, then, I'll welcome him with open arms. But our ads now won't be eligible to show to Gene. So if he starts looking for holidays in the UK, and then, for example, he wants to get some new workwear clothing or whatever it might be, our ads won't show to Gene. So we want to make sure that that is on presence. That's so important. The amount of times that I see advertisers not use the drop-down button and just leave it on presence or interest, and then 5 years down the line, they've spent £5,000 and they don't know why, and it's literally because they've left that ticked. So make sure we keep it on presence, people in or regularly in your targeted locations. And then that's pretty much it for this bit. I don't really tend to do much else. I kind of try and do a quick build when I'm creating a new campaign. I'll just go in and do it as quick as possible. And what I've even started doing here is I won't even fill this in. I'll just go next and set a daily budget of something like a penny. And I'll explain why soon. And then hit next. And it's going to check for errors and it's going to do its thing. And then eventually your campaign is almost ready to publish. So what is it telling me? It's saying create an ad, because we haven't created an ad copy yet. We haven't created an ad group. We haven't added any keywords. There's so much more that we need to do. But for me, I just like to get off this kind of screen as quick as possible, basically. I don't know why. I just personally prefer publishing the campaign and then building out from there. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to publish this campaign, even though we haven't added any keywords yet, even though we haven't written any ad copy. You know, we've done the bare bones, if you will, of this campaign. Just go ahead and publish it. And we're going to come back to it now and we're going to refine it. So hit publish campaign and publish. And it's going to publish this campaign. But you'll see we're not running any ads. And that's the reason why as well, just as a backup, I've put it to $0.01 a day so that it's not gonna run at the moment because it's only $0.01 a day. You know, we've not given it any budget yet. So what we need to do now is we need to start going through and refining this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight back to the settings, because sometimes Google can be very sneaky and change the settings that you've already made in the previous screen through the kind of walkthrough screen. They make changes when you publish the campaign. The main one I've seen is location. So I want to go back in here and make sure it's still set on presence, people in or regulating your targeted locations. In this sense it is. Sometimes I do see that Google goes back to that. So just be careful. As soon as you create the search campaign, head back into settings and make sure that this is selected. It's so important. Hit save and we're good to go. Happy with the campaign name. We've got the account goal settings there. If you wanted to focus on one specific campaign goal conversion, you can choose that in here. If you've got lead form submissions, phone calls, whatever it might be, you can select them in here, and you're only going to optimize and target for that one conversion goal. So what we have here is we have purchases. So we're going to focus on that one. Hit save. And that's going to disregard any other goal inside, any other conversion action, any other goal that we've set up. We're only focusing on purchases for this campaign. Cool. As we can see, we didn't select a marketing objective. We didn't do any no-goal guidance. I'm happy with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. We don't need that. Just double check the networks that they haven't been turned on again. You know, sometimes again, Google can do that. So just be careful, but that's fine. They were unticked, so we can leave that as it was. And then what we need to do is, because we said we're going to use a manual bidding strategy, now we can go into bidding and actually change bid strategy. So what we want to do is we want to click on change bid strategy. And again, if you go here, you can't see manual CPC. You get conversions, you get conversion value, clicks and impression share, but you don't get manual. What you need to do is you need to go down a little bit and select a bid strategy directly, not recommended. So you click on that and then you get the whole list: maximize clicks, maximize conversions, maximize conversion value, target impression share, and now we get manual CPC. So click on manual CPC. I never really tend to use enhanced CPC anymore, and from what I've seen, it's actually starting to blend into manual CPC as well. So I would uncheck that box anyway and then hit save. And now we can see the bidding strategy is set to manual CPC. Why is it not recommended? Because Google want us to spend as much money with them as possible. They want us to be on an automated bidding strategy so that they can determine how much we pay for a click. A lot of the times, if you use something like, maximize clicks, it's not really going to take your conversion goal into account. It's just going to spend as much budget as possible and maximize the number of clicks you can get for your budget, disregarding what your goal is. It just wants to get you as many clicks as possible, and a lot of the times that is going to be low quality, cheap clicks. So I never really like to use maximize clicks. Kind of veering off into conversion bidding strategies, but just worth noting there why it says why it says not recommended when you change the bidding strategy. So we cancel that. We're still on manual, and that's pretty much it. We'll come back to the budget later, but that's looking pretty good. Now what we need to do, we're still in the campaign, as you can see up here. We want to come to ad groups, and this is where we're going to start building the campaign a little bit more. If you've listened to me in the podcast, in the episodes, you'll know that just getting started, it's always good to just start with one ad group. That's what I'll say to a lot of people who are just doing this first time, and this is who this video demonstration is for, really, is if you've not set up a Google Ads search campaign before, then this is who, I'm speaking to you pretty much, right? So just focus on one ad group. And let's say we're going with workwear. So let's just say we're going to focus on, I don't know, trousers, for example. We're going to go workwear, trousers. And that's the ad group we're going to focus on. Now we want to add some keywords. So I'm just going to do this. And, we do have the keyword planner. And I'll show you that. Let me show you the keyword planner. So what we can do with the keyword planner is we go on discover new. I kind of ran through that really quick. Tools and settings, far left where it says planning, we want to go to keyword planner. And then if we get rid of this window, we want to click on discover new keywords. Okay. We've already got it set to the UK because that's where this account is based. So then we want to start looking for workwear trousers. Something like best workwear trousers. Buy workwear trousers. Just give it a few keywords that relate to what the ad group is, what you're wanting to kind of show up for essentially when somebody does a search, and then hit get results. And then what's going to happen is Google's going to churn back and throw back a lot of keyword ideas for you. So this is one way of doing it. And what the information tells you is that you can see, okay, well, we provided these keywords. This is the average monthly searches for this keyword. This is the top of the bid if you wanted it on the low range. This is the top of the page bid on the high range. Now, if you want to go after position 1, excuse me, you want to make sure that you're going after a high bid. So somewhere in the region of £2, max CPC would get that done. Maybe £2.50 there, maybe £3 would get that one done. But this gives you a good idea of all different keywords. Just from the 3 keywords you entered, it gives you a long list of so many different keyword ideas for your campaign. So sometimes I'll sort by average monthly searches to see where a lot of people, what keywords people are searching for essentially. And we can see Snickers, which are a brand, men's workwear trousers, that could be one. So you could look at adding that one if you wanted to. You can add it to a new ad group from here. You can select which match type you want, but I don't really tend to use this. I used to use it quite a lot, but now I just kind of go in and add what I think is going to make sense. So let me just come back out of this. And you can use this, by the way. You can make a list if you wanted to of the keywords that you find. But what I like to do is just kind of go in and add some keywords. So let's just do that. Come back out of this. And let's just go back to the campaign. So we've got the campaign here. Again, it's not running. Even though it says it's enabled, it's not currently running because we've got a penny a day budget and the status is not eligible because we've got no keywords, no ads or anything. So what I like to do here is just go workwear trousers. Best workwear trousers. Men's workwear trousers. Let's try ladies workwear trousers and also women's workwear trousers. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if it gives me any suggestions. Now that we've added those 5 in, let's just see. No, okay, that's fine. If you've got your website at hand, what you can do is you can enter it here, www. Let's do Snickers. Is it going to be snickers.co.uk? I think that might be it. I might be wrong. No, okay, that's the chocolate bar, so we don't want that. Enter your product or service, workwear, trousers. Cool. Okay, so now we're kind of getting... Basically, this is being pulled in from the keyword planner that I showed you before. It's being pulled directly into here. And if you like the look of everything that Google suggests, you can easily just add all ideas. So women's work trousers, I like that. Slim fit work trousers. Okay, I like that. Black work trousers. Although workwear, work, maybe not. women's work wear. So maybe we'll keep it for now because this is demonstrational, so it's fine. Let's do high-vis trousers. That's usually associated, I can't speak today, with workwear. Stretchy work trousers. How many we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that takes us to 10. Let's do about 10 more. Best work trousers. Cargo work trousers. Let's see some more. Let's see here. Stretchy work pants. We don't really say pants here in the UK. We say trousers, so I'm not going to add that in just to spite Gene. Site work trousers. So I'm sure you guys in the US, if you don't know, like being on site means like being on a building site. So that's definitely relevant to what we're looking for here. So that we'll add that in as well. Waterproof work trousers. I like that because that assumes it's outdoors. So we'll go with that. Let's just see. Orange high-vis trousers. And let's just go with that. Cool. Let's see how many keywords we have. We've got 15 keywords. So I normally say about 20 to 25, if not 30 keywords per ad group. But again, this is a demo, so I think this is fine for what we have. And this is honestly what I would do. So leave it at broad match. Just for 2 weeks, for 14 days, just leave it at broad match. And we don't really care too much about the performance at this stage of these keywords. If we get some conversions, again, this is a brand new campaign. So if we get a couple of conversions, great. You know, that's fantastic. That's not the goal. The goal is to find high quality, intent-based and transactional-based keywords within the search terms report. So after a couple of weeks, what you want to do is you want to come in to the search term report under keywords. If you have a newer design, it will be under insights and something other, reports, I believe it is, and it'll be search terms under there. Come in here, sort by impressions, sort by conversions, sort by clicks, see where you're getting the most engagement. You know, what searches are coming up more frequently than others? Where are you getting the clicks from? You know, where are you getting the conversions from? If they make sense and they're high quality keywords and searches, add them into the account. And at that point, what you want to do is add them as phrase and exact match. So it might be that, for example, we see that men's workwear trousers and ladies' workwear trousers are doing really, really well. So you add those as phrase and exact match. You can do it here like this, or you can just kind of keep that as broad if you wanted to. At that point, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably go phrase and exact match, but let's just grab that. And you can also add as exact match. So again, with keywords, let me just kind of go through this and talk around this a little bit. So we can see here we've got broad match. We have phrase match. And we have exact match. Exact match. Cool. So broad match is going to be anything remotely related to what you're bidding on, meaning you're going to you're going to show for searchers that's anything related to ladies' workwear trousers. It's not specifically going to be ladies' workwear trousers. It could be ladies' running shorts, women's running shorts. It could be women's like work shoes or work trainers or whatever it might be. Anything that's somewhat related to this is going to trigger for. Phrase match is a little bit more specific. Ladies' workwear trousers could be something like ladies' like suit trousers or suit pants, or, you know, we don't say pants. I don't know why I said pants, but ladies' workwear, you know, like shorts. That sounds really weird, but you kind of get the gist. It's like a different variation on what that keyword is. Whereas exact match is very much like ladies' workwear trousers or best ladies' workwear trousers. It's very much that keyword specifically. So that's why for the first, say, 14 days, I want you to focus on broad match to see inside the account, see what people are searching for on Google, and then after 14 days, start refining the process. Start adding in phrase match and exact match keywords based on conversion data. You know, if you see searches that have converted, add those in as phrase match and exact match. If you see keywords that are super relevant to what you want to advertise for, like buy workwear trousers, for example, buy workwear. Let me just get rid of this. I don't think we need this anymore. Buy workwear trousers. If you see that come through as a search, as a phrase search, then add that into the account because that's super specific and you want to be showing for that because it's transactional intent. Somebody is looking to buy workwear trousers. You know, deciphering what that search is all about is really easy to see. Somebody's looking to buy workwear trousers. So let's add that into this campaign. So that's what I want you to do. First 14 days, we run with broad match, just like this. And let me just change that back to broad. And change that one back to broad. 14 days, broad match across the board. And then at which point, have a look inside your search terms report, see what impressions you're getting, see what clicks you're getting, see what conversions you're getting, and then start to refine the campaign. Add in phrase and exact match keywords based on impressions, clicks, and conversions. And you should be good to go. So that is ad groups, that is keywords. And now let's get onto the ad copy. And normally I'll create a responsive search ad. Again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. We just want to, you know, just have one ad copy essentially, just to test for the first month. So you'd have your URL here, www.workwear.com, for example. I don't even know if that's a legitimate URL. You can add a display path. So you could say workwear trousers. And if we look at the preview, it's going to show workwear/trousers, which makes sense. In some cases, you could do it like this, but it's a little bit too long. So you could, you know, work trousers maybe if you wanted to, you know, and then get rid of that. And then it should show here. So rather than having // you've got a dash workwear dash trousers or work trousers, sorry. But I liked how that looked, so I'm going to go with this, workwear/trousers, because if we can see that workwear is a category on the website, which makes sense, you want to focus on trousers. So I don't really want to give my tips and tricks away, but I love you guys, and I feel like I should. So the problem with ad copy for most people is that everybody is writing the same boring, generic ad copy that doesn't do anything. It doesn't evoke an emotional response from someone. And if we look at the best advertisers in history, it's all about evoking an emotional response from someone, whether that's positive or negative. And it's no different with this. We want to make sure that we are like getting someone to take action when they see our ads, which is to click through onto the website. So what to do is I like to really stand out with numbers and symbols and reviews and locations to really catch the eye of people who are searching, to increase the likelihood that they're going to click on my ad compared to a competitor. So what I like to do is things like 100% customer satisfaction. I like to do 5-star reviews. Looking for workwear trousers. Just high quality trousers at low prices. Okay, so I've gone over there. High quality trousers at low prices. What could we change there? Maybe just go with quality trousers. Maybe that doesn't really sound well. We could do something like work trousers. That should fit. There we go. Work trousers at low prices. You could do best prices maybe, if you wanted to. I think low kind of works well. What else could we do? We could do UK's #1 leading workwear supplier. Okay, try retailer. Retailer. Nope. UK's, let's see if we can get rid of that. We don't really need that. UK's #1 leading workwear retailer. Okay, just UK's #1. We don't really need leading in there. Cool. I'll add that back in because it does clean it up a little bit. UK's #1 workwear retailer, or what did I say before? Supplier. Supplier sounds better. I like that. UK's #1 workwear supplier. What else do I like to do? Let's add the calls to action. Buy online now. Buy online today. Buy online now. Order yours today. Order yours online. What am I trying to say? Order yours today. Let's try that. And then we'll go with shop the range now. Cool. So we're starting to build some of these out, which is really, really good. Really happy with this. Then what we want to do is let's add some reviews. So cool. Cool. Let's add one more. Something like that. Let me have a look. Let's just move this over a little bit. Do this instead. Okay, cool. What else can we do here? I feel like I've kind of written everything. Let's just do some brands, for example. Carhartt. I think it's like that. Something like that, maybe. Cool. I feel like we're kind of getting there. I just want a couple more. I want to try and fill everything out. And that's what I'd recommend you guys do. Fill everything out. So let's see if we can think of anything else. Let's use this here. Cool. And then we'll just do that. Nice and easy. Cool. So let me talk around this now that I've done that. As you can see, I've gone for very numbers and symbols, like I mentioned, because it just catches the eye. You know, it's not just, you know, things like workwear trousers, best workwear trousers. You know, you'll see that the ad strength, which doesn't mean anything, by the way, I would completely ignore this, is only average. And the reason it's only average is because I'm not playing up to Google. You know, if I wanted to get that to excellent, all I would need to do is, as you can see here, add all these keywords as the headlines, and then that would be excellent. So this doesn't really mean anything. And at the end of the day, we're not writing for Google. We don't want to keep Google happy. We're writing for another human being. We're writing for another person. We're advertising to people in order for them to click through to the website and hopefully make a sale. So that's why it's important that we use ad copy that, again, evokes an emotional response. So things like 100% customer satisfaction, 5-star reviews, really social proof right there. Looking for workwear trousers, I think that sounds really good and implies that you have a good solution, right? So it's like pain point, looking for workwear trousers, solution is we have them, essentially. Work trousers at low prices, UK's #1 workwear supplier. And what I'll say about some of these is that with advertising, you have a certain amount of wiggle room, where you can say what you want to an extent. It doesn't have to necessarily be true because it's advertising. So you can kind of get away with a lot. So you might not be the UK's #1 workwear supplier, but you can definitely say that. There's no one stopping you from saying that. And if it gets across that you're a leading supplier in the UK and gets more clicks through your ad copy onto the website, then why not? So I like to kind of make bold statements and bold claims that might not strictly be true, but it increases the click-through rate. It gets more people clicking on the ad through to the website. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I think all's fair when it comes to advertising copy. At one point of time, we used to think that smoking was healthy for us, was really good for us. We used to see cigarette advertisements everywhere on television. It was a pro thing that, it's good to smoke. It's healthy for you. So now that we know it's not, but, you can say a lot of things. You can say UK's #1 workwear supplier. You can get away with a lot when it comes to advertising. It doesn't necessarily have to be true, but you can still get away with it. So I would encourage you to do the same, to make bold claims within your business, within your niche, when it comes to the ad copy, because all you're doing is getting more people on the website. And by the time they've made the purchase and you've got the sale, they probably won't even remember what the ad copy said when they clicked on it in the first place anyway. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Sometimes you need to give people a bit of a helping hand. You need to kind of guide them along and tell them what the next action should be. So that's why I like to have calls to action such as buy online now. I'm just going to pause that. Order yours today. Shop the range now, because it gives people that next step to take. Right, great. You've got workwear trousers at low prices, 100% customer satisfaction, 5-star reviews. Everything's sounding great. What do you want me to do? Well, we want you to buy online now. We want to order yours today. We want you to shop the range now. So you're giving people that next step to take once they get onto the website. And again, more social proof and adding reviews are just so powerful, because at the end of the day, people buy from people. And, it's one of the reasons I believe why Amazon is so popular, is because if you go onto any product on Amazon with a review, the first thing you're going to do, at least the first thing I do, is go all the way down to see what other people are saying about this product. If it's got a 5-star review, if it's got, say, something like 300 5-star reviews, I'm probably going to buy that product if I need it, right? But if it's got 4.1 reviews or something like that, and it's got 5,000 reviews, it's something like 3.9, 4.1, something like that, I'm probably not going to buy it, because the majority of people are saying it's not a good product. So that's why I'm basing my own personal purchasing decisions on other people's experiences. And I would encourage you to do the same thing. So I wouldn't say fake reviews. I definitely wouldn't say that. But if you have reviews from previous orders, say that you've got reviews from, Google reviews or Trustpilot or anything like that, then pull them into your headlines, into your advertising headline copy, because they're just so powerful. If you're seeing that, best trousers I ever bought, and let's just see here this kind of little preview, we can see shop the range now. UK's #1 workwear supplier, will definitely buy again. That is just so powerful. You look at what you've got in that headline, and it's jam packed with value. Shop the range today. So you're telling people what you want them to do. UK's #1 workwear supplier. You're saying that you're one of the leading workwear suppliers in the UK. So social proof already up. And then you've got a powerful review of will definitely buy again. So it all just kind of fits hand in hand. And when you see that on the search results, you're going to click on it. You're going to click on it because it just sounds great, it looks good, you're going to click and at the very least see what products that person has. So that's why I think reviews are very powerful. So make sure you add them into your headlines. And then just a few brands that you stock. So here, Snickies, Dickies, and Carhartt. Snickers, Dickies, and Snickies. Snickers, Dickies, and Carhartt are just some of the workwear brands that I'm familiar with. So, you know, perhaps this company stocks those, which is great. So you're just kind of showing these are the quality brands that we stock. I want to kind of get across here that we have men and women's clothing. So I wanted to go with men's and women's sizes available. It just shows you that we have both. We're not just catering to one demographic. We've got both men's and women's sizes. So, and then, you know, if you wanted to add a quick promotion, I was kind of running out of ideas here. So something like get 5% off your first order. Again, an extra incentive for someone to click through, which would be cool. That could be 10%. That could be 20%. It could be whatever it might be, whatever promotion you're happy to give on the first order. And then free delivery, I think, you know, is standard. You could do fast and free delivery if you really wanted to beef it out a little bit more. So yeah, that is the main kind of thing when it comes to ad copy or your headlines. When it comes to descriptions, I mean, I don't put as much effort into them, but I still like to write something that's decent. So let me go ahead and write something. So UK's leading workwear supplier. We stock thousands of workwear products. Shop now. Cool. Men's and women's sizes available. High vis. Stretchy was something that was coming up a lot in the keyword ideas. So let's type in that stretchy, waterproof, and more. Buy now. Cool. What else can we write? Something like since 1973, we've been selling premium workwear to trades. Shop our range today. Low prices, free, fast, and free delivery. Let's do S, XS to XSL sizes. Already said men's and women's, so I don't want to repeat myself too much. What else can we do? Free returns, maybe. Cool. So that's not 100% really great. That's just me off the top of my head, just to give you guys an idea of what you could write. So this is when it comes to descriptions. This is what I typically like to write, is just kind of reinforcing what I've already said in the headline. So UK's leading workwear supplier. We stock thousands of workwear products. Shop now. Men's and women's sizes available. High vis, stretchy, waterproof, and more. Buy now. Since 1973, we've been selling premium workwear to trade. Shop our range today. Low prices, fast and free delivery, XS to XXL sizes, free returns, orders online today. Orders online. So you'll see that I always end with shop now or buy now. And that, again, is to give that person the next step to take. So I'm saying shop now. So I definitely recommend that. Or if you're just a lead generation business, it could be, you know, give us a call today or whatever it might be. Call now, things like that. I always kind of include different like features and benefits. So high vis, stretchy, waterproof, gives you an idea of the type of products that we stock. Again, if you're in a different industry, that could be something like boilers, like boiler repairs, boiler installations, gas repairs, whatever it could be, stump grinding, tree removal, off the top of my head, just trying to think, tree pruning, I guess. I don't really know. I talked in one of the episodes about dentistry, so it could be like Invisalign, dentures, teeth whitening kits, whatever it could be. So it just gives you an idea of what you can write in terms of this is what we have to offer. So you're just kind of building out a little bit more about who you are. And then I always kind of like to give a little bit more sort of like a bit of a backstory as to who we are. So since 1973, we've been selling premium workwear to trades. This is all completely made up. This is not an actual business, by the way. This is just off the top of my head, based on like thousands of audits that I've done, like hundreds of accounts that I've managed, just pulling this in just off the top of my head, creating a fake business just to show you guys how to basically write your ad copy, essentially. So you could say since 1999, since 2005, even, like I'd probably say at least 5 years. So I wouldn't say since 2023. We're in 2024. It doesn't sound as good. So you want a bit of history there built up. Otherwise, look to use something else. But the idea with descriptions is just to kind of build upon what you've already written in your headline descriptions. Focus on features and benefits. Focus on the different service packages you have. You might offer financing, for example. You could say that in the descriptions. We offer financing. We can be there in like 2 hours, fast turnarounds, we tidy up. Whatever industry you're in, you can kind of tailor it to that. And then what you want to do, once you've got all your headlines in place, you've got all your descriptions in place, just hit save ad. And we've done that then. Cool. So now what we have, if we go through, we have a campaign, we have an ad group, we have keywords in the ad group, and now we have ad copy, which is great. So that's kind of pretty much it. There are a couple other things that I like to do, and I'll just quickly run through those. So you want to add in some assets. So it depends on what's available to you. Now, let's just see. I don't really have anything to show you, but basically here you can add images. Let me just see if I can grab a URL. Let's just see here. Workwear online, something like that. Okay, let's just say this is the guy, right? This is the business that we're working with. And they want to focus on their workwear trousers, just for example. So now we can see, okay, well, this looks really good, this looks good, this looks good. Let's add these in, just as an example, even though it's trousers. Let's just have a look what they got on the Facebook. Yeah, that should be fine. But it's just to give you guys an idea of what you can do. You hit save, and then we've got images for this campaign. We move it to campaign. There we go. Cool. We can save ad, and then it shows up like that in the ad copy. So it really draws your attention. It entices people in to click through to your website. Drew a blank there. Business name, what you can do is you can go in and say workwear online, for example, and hit save, which would be really cool. So you can do that. And then business logo. Let's see if we can grab it from those guys again. Website or social. Okay, I'm not really seeing anything. Oh, okay, that's weird. Let's just say that's the logo. That's fine. We can use that. Cool. And then you'll see it pulls it in again in the ad copy. It really looks really good. So we're starting to build this ad copy out a lot more. Really, really straightforward to do. All I'm really doing is entering the URL for like the business logo, for the images and things like that, entering the business name. Really, really straightforward and standard stuff. You know, you can slow this part down if you really want to, just kind of go through it step by step. But it is straightforward. Site links, you know, a little bit more tricky, but what we can do here is we can basically say, let's do it by the campaign. Final URL would be workwear. So it could be something like shop our workwear range. Cool. Shop our workwear range. And then if you wanted to, you could add a little description. High quality products, shop online today, something like that. Try and fill as many as you can out. So I've got that URL again. Let's do workwear shirts or something like that. Workwear shirts. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put, actually, no, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Workwear shirts. And again, if you wanted to, you could add the, I don't always add these. That's why I'm saying if you want to add them, I don't always add the description in there, but you can do. So, wide range of shirts. Cool. Browse online today. Right, and then you can go through and do the same for 3, do the same for 4, and then once you've got about 4, hit save. I've only added a couple in just for this demo, but then you'll see it pulls it in. Call out, really, really straightforward here. This is just things like free delivery, established 1973, free returns, have a question, call now, something like that. And all we're doing there, it's more like, again, features and benefits, or, you know, what you have to offer. So I always like to put like free delivery, you know, things like this, basically. Free returns, established 1973, you know, just kind of building that social proof again, just to say like, you know, we are who we are. Yeah. And again, you don't just have to add one. You can keep going and you can add as many as you want. So, you know, with call out, you can add some more. You know, you could just do, off the top of my head, 5% off first order. Oops. We recycle our workwear. You know, and then hit save. So you've added to that. So now we had 4 before, now we've got 6. So you can add as many as you want. Structured snippets. Really, really easy. Campaign, English, and we want to do brands for this one. So it could be Carhartt. It could be, what did I say, Snickers and Dickies. What else do we have? I don't even know any other workwear brands, really. Let's just say workwear online. Could be a brand. Like this company could do their own products, so we can hit save as well. And then that just, again, pulls in all the different brands. Call. Let's add that number in if we can. So let's just see what their number was. I'm sure they've got a phone number. Contact us. Cool, they've got a phone number. Let's grab that. We don't want to open FaceTime. We're not in the US or in the UK. Phone number, and we're going to add it to the campaign. That all looks good. Hit save. Oh, got that wrong. I didn't copy for me. Cancel. Let me see if I can copy that number. 01823. 01823. Paste. Nice. Okay, that looks good. Hit save. Nice. And then if you've got a Google My Business account, you can link that here. You just go our locations, continue, and then enter a domain. Let me grab that domain again. There we go. And then what you can do is it should pop up. If these guys had a Google My Business account, this would pop up, and then you can kind of link it from there. But then what you would need to do is go into the Google My Business account and accept the linking request, that side of things. And that just kind of pulls in the location details into your ad copy. If you wanted to, you could add some prices in here as well. So again, campaign, currency GBP. We don't need no qualifier, but you can add it if you want to, from £20 up to £50, you know, something like that if you wanted to. Header, workwear, trousers, 1. And we'll say it is £50. Units, we don't need that. Description, workwear, trousers, cool. Final URL, and then be something like workwear / trousers / Dickies, and we'll say workwear trousers 1. So again, completely made up this URL. This is probably not even an accurate URL, but it just tells you that's where the product is. So when somebody clicks on it, it's going straight specifically to that product. And you can, again, do more if you wanted to. So you can do another one, do as many as you want. And then it's just going to, it says actually add at least 3. So what it's going to do is it's just going to pull it into your ad copy like that. Let me just quickly go through. So I'm showing you guys. I don't want to do you a disservice. So let's just do 50 again. We'll just change that to car, heart. Oh. Like that. Oh, we'll do it like that. Again, that's, well, workwear. Let's just do work trousers. Cool. And we'll do work trousers 2. Oh. So we've got that there, 2. Dickies, we're going to replace with car, heart, for example. That's 2. And then 1 more. Workwear trousers 3. £50. Change that to Snickers. Snickers. Can I get that in there? Workwear? Nope. Snickers work trousers. Okay, copy. You don't have to copy the URL, by the way. This is just me quickly showing you how to do a price asset. What you ideally want to do is you want to go specifically to the website. You want to look for workwear, that's specific trousers, for example. And you want to grab the actual URL, copy that, and then paste that in here. Okay, and then that's what it would actually be. You don't want to be copying and pasting from each of these assets because, you know, these are individual products. So you'd actually, you know, go onto the website, find the URL, and do it that way. I'm just kind of doing it quickly to show you how to set up a price asset. But now we've got that done, we hit save, and cool, we're done. So now if we look at all the assets we've added, we can see we've got structured snippet, site link, call out, promotion, business name, call, price, business logo, images. So we've really filled it out. Why do we do this? So that whenever somebody does a search for any of the keywords we're bidding on, our ad copy takes up so much real estate, so much advertising space on the search results that it's easy for people to click through to our website from. And also, we're giving people so much information here. We're telling them the different brands that we're working with. We're giving them links to the different products that we stock. We're calling out different things about, you know, 5% off your first order. We recycle our workwear, free delivery. You know, we're offering promotions, the pricing of our products, imagery of our products as well. We're giving the user so much information to make an informed decision to click through onto our website. So that's what I would say about that. And at that, we're pretty much done with the assets. There's just a couple extra things that I will, can I show you in here? I think I can. What I like to do for best practices, I come down to here just above my head, which, you know, if you're setting up a Google search campaign, I probably won't be, my head won't be anywhere near your search campaign, so you don't have to worry about that. But on the left-hand side, you want to click on Add Schedule, hit the little pencil icon, and what you want to do is segment this data. So we go 0 till 4, 4 through till 8, 8 till 12, 12 till 4, add 4 till 8, and then 8 till 12. So when you create a new campaign, you're just going to see this, which is your ads are eligible to show all the time. And it's just going to be, what's that, 7 bars, Monday to Sunday, you know, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's fine, but there's not really much we can do with that. By segmenting the ad schedule in this way, every 4 hours, this is what's going to happen. So you hit save, and then you'll see that actually now we have more data to work with. We can see where we're getting the clicks. We can see where we're spending the budget. We can see where we're getting the conversions. And it might be that, say, on a Tuesday between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m., we're spending a lot of money. 12 a.m., 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Tuesdays. We're spending a lot of money, but we're not really seeing any conversions. You know, we're spending hundreds, thousands maybe, and we're just not seeing any conversions come through. So what we can do is we can add a negative bid adjustment here of, say, 25% to reduce the exposure of that segment time. So we don't have to bid as aggressive for that segment, because we see from the data we're spending a lot of money, but we're just not getting a return. We're not getting many conversions. So let's decrease that bid by, say, 25%, by, say, 50% if you want to be more aggressive. And like, save that bid, reserve that budget rather, save that budget to push towards the hours and the days that are more profitable for us. So at the same time, it could be that actually, you know what, in fact, let me add that as a guide. So we're going to decrease that, for example, by 50%. We know based on the data that we're seeing, we're spending a lot of money and it's just not converting. Tuesdays between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. it's not converting. We're spending way too much money. Let's reduce that bid. Let's reduce the exposure of the bid for Tuesdays between 8 till 12. However, with that being said, let's say that on a Monday between the hours of 8 and 12, we're actually getting a lot of conversions come through. We're getting a lot of conversions, but we're not spending enough money. So what we can do is the opposite. We can increase by, say, 25% and increase that bid. So we have more exposure on Mondays between 8 and 12 to kind of bump that bid up, because we know from the data we're seeing that it's giving us a really good return in terms of conversions and things like that. The same rule can be applied with devices. So let me just quickly talk about devices down here on the left-hand side. Typically, I always go in and add a negative bid adjustment to tablets, just because it's not the main way people search for products and services online these days. It's mostly through mobile phones and computers. So we want to reserve as much budget as possible to send to computers and mobile phones. So you can see here that I'm not completely excluding tablets. We've just got a 80% reduction, which means we're only showing like a 20% bid. We've got a 20% bid allocated to tablets. The rest of the budget is going towards computers, is going towards mobile phones, where we feel more confident that we're getting the data, that we're getting the conversions come through. Now, when it comes to ad schedule and when it comes to devices, I probably wouldn't touch these until maybe 3 months. So once you have 90 days worth of data, or if you have 100 conversions, at which point I would probably start to go in and start refining things, looking at where you're spending the money. You know, what is your highest cost per acquisition for devices? And then start to pull back and push more budget, funnel the ad spend towards what's working and take it away from what isn't working. And the same with ad schedule. You know, I wouldn't do this until you have about 90 days worth of data or 100 conversions, because then at which point You can read the data and make informed, data-driven decisions about what is working and what isn't working, so you can funnel the budget towards what is working and take it away from what isn't working. So this is a little bit more advanced, and I want to try and keep this top level. So the main things, just to recap, because I've been talking for way too long now. To recap, you go in and you hit the big blue plus button, you follow the on-screen instructions, you create a standard search campaign, and then once you've got that, hit publish. Then you want to start building things out. Create an ad group for whatever you want to do, whether you're a plumber, whether you're a gas engineer, whatever you are, go with your best-selling service to begin with. Then you want to add some keywords that you think people might find, like search to find you. So like what I did here, workwear trousers, ladies workwear trousers, waterproof work trousers, men's workwear trousers, things like that. Once you have about 5 or 6 or 7, that's a good start, but you can go back in again and, if you say, okay, well, I'm a plumber, you could do that, and then it just gives you a few more ideas as well, based on what you've already added. So plumbers near me, emergency plumber near me, 24-hour plumber near me, go through what you like and hit the plus and add those in. Keep them at broad match to begin with for the first 14 days, and then go into your search terms report and sort by impressions, sort by cost, sort by clicks, and sort by conversions to see which searches are profitable for you, which ones you want to show up for, and add those into the account and start bidding on them. Add them as phrase and exact match, and then you should be good to go. And in terms of a bidding strategy, I would start with manual, but I appreciate not everybody has that level. So there's nothing wrong with coming back into settings and choosing maximize conversions bidding strategy to begin with. I wouldn't say maximize clicks, because usually it's low quality clicks that inflate the numbers to get you as many clicks as possible for your daily budget. So I'd probably say maximize conversions. Google's going to go out and get you as many conversions as possible for your daily budget. That's what I'd probably recommend you start with. And then finally, what you want to do is come in and give it a budget that you think makes sense for you to start with. It could just be £10 a day. It could be £5 a day. Whatever you want to start with, just start small and build from there. But that's pretty much it. We've created our first standard search campaign. We know what we're doing now. So yeah, any questions, leave them in the comments. Either me or Gene will get back to you on them. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and speak to you guys soon.